Well, it's still getting messier and messier in the It Ends With Us feud between co-stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
And we also need to stop being so ADHD where we're only into stories at the very beginning of them and we never see them through. Like, we need to bring back true investigative reporting.
Grab your popcorn, because this Hollywood drama is hotter than any Netflix series. Ryan Reynolds, the sarcastic, cool star, has been kicked out of his beloved Wrexham football club, the very team he made owning a fifth-tier Welsh team look glamorous. But here's the twist, it's not just about Ryan. His wife, Blake Lively, is at the center of a storm with Justin Baldoni, and it's causing waves big enough to bring their seemingly perfect family life crashing down. So what really went down between Blake and Justin, and how did it lead to Ryan's dramatic fall from his Wrexham throne? Let's dive into this tangled mess.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are seeking to dismiss Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit against them.
It all began with a seemingly innocent comment Blake made long before she even worked with Justin Baldoni, but now it's haunting her. Fast forward to the set of It Ends With Us, the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's bestseller, where things reportedly spiraled into chaos. Hollywood sets aren't all glitz and glamour. This one turned into a drama more like Game of Thrones than a rom-com, with power plays, backstabbing, and accusations flying left and right.
You're not kidding when you say this is getting messier. The author of that book deleting her Instagram account, another who plays Baldoni's sister in the film, being harassed online.
Blake, who starred alongside Justin Baldoni, also directed It Ends With Us, didn't just stick to the script, she wanted creative control, and she took it. Reports say she insisted on rewriting scenes, tweaking lines, and basically calling the shots on set. Justin, trying to be accommodating, allowed her to take the reins, but it backfired. Insiders claim Blake turned the production into a battleground, dramatically altering a crucial rooftop scene. It got so intense that even her husband, Ryan Reynolds, stepped in to help rewrite parts of it. But Blake wasn't done. She made sure everyone knew that Ryan and their close friend, Taylor Swift, loved her version, practically forcing Justin to keep it in the final cut. Talk about flexing those connections.
So there's a lot going on right now in Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively world. I obviously have the inside scoop because I've been obsessively following this. So let's start.
Now, things get even messier. Behind the scenes, tensions were rising as Blake reportedly started questioning Justin's every move as a director, creating a tense atmosphere that could be cut with a knife. While Justin tried to play nice, he later filed a lawsuit claiming he was completely railroaded. But the drama didn't end when the camera stopped rolling. Blake accused Justin of inappropriate behavior on set, filing a workplace complaint that made global headlines. Among her claims were allegations of harassment and a toxic work environment, which Justin has vehemently denied. The plot thickens as Justin and his legal team came prepared with receipts, texts, emails, and raw footage from the set, arguing Blake's accusations were a calculated attempt to ruin his career. As if that wasn't enough, Justin filed lawsuits against both Blake and Ryan, plus a massive one against the New York Times for biased reporting designed to damage his reputation.
And one of the most significant allegations in Baldoni's lawsuit is that Lively sought to gain control over the editing process of the film. This is important.
Let's pause to focus on the New York Times article, a key player in this drama. The piece, published after Blake filed her complaint, painted Justin in a negative light. Justin claims the publication cherry-picked evidence and ignored details that could have cleared his name. He's suing for hundreds of millions, alleging the story was part of a coordinated smear campaign orchestrated by Blake and her team. And if the leaked text messages are anything to go by, this claim might not be as far-fetched as it sounds.
Now you have two sides here, right? So Baldoni says this was all an effort to hijack the film to get her way. Lively claims she was the victim of harassment in a hostile work environment.
Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of those leaked texts. Blake's team has accused Justin's camp of launching a media campaign to destroy her reputation. They've highlighted messages they claim prove Justin and his publicists were scheming behind the scenes. But Justin isn't backing down. His team has leaked their own messages, showing what they argue is the real story. In one exchange, Justin's PR rep acknowledges that Blake's team is pushing positive press to shift the narrative in her favor. Another message reportedly shows Justin asking, "How can we prove we aren't doing this?" It looks bad. Meanwhile, Blake's camp alleges that Justin manipulated messages to make her look bad, even removing emojis and sarcasm to make texts seem more serious. If this sounds like a courtroom drama, it practically is. It's all set to unfold in court now. Let's circle back to Ryan Reynolds, who's right in the eye of the storm. While Blake was busy rewriting scripts and battling Justin on set, Ryan wasn't sitting idly by. Reports suggest he was actively involved in helping Blake tweak scenes and make changes to the movie. But here's where it gets even juicier. Ryan's behind-the-scenes role might have played a part in his sudden removal from Wrexham's ownership. Fans and insiders are questioning whether his involvement in Blake's drama distracted him from his football club duties. Some Wrexham supporters even speculate that Ryan's rumored plans to invest in the Vancouver Whitecaps and MLS could be the real reason for his exit. The timing definitely doesn't help his case.
We can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
So where does Taylor Swift fit into all of this? During production, Blake reportedly referred to herself as Kay, claiming she had dragons, Taylor and Ryan, to always back her up. But here's the twist, Taylor might not be as loyal as Blake thought. Rumor has it that Taylor has been distancing herself, especially after learning her name was being dragged into Blake's industry battles. And get this, Taylor didn't invite Blake to the Super Bowl this year, an event Blake has attended annually as part of Taylor's inner circle. Coincidence? We think not.
So remember that what Taylor had told Justin was that Blake herself, she said, was Khaleesi, who was the queen in Game of Thrones, and Ryan, her husband, and Taylor were her dragons. Her best friend, although I think best friend is now past tense.
Meanwhile, Ryan's drama with Wrexham isn't just about his potential side projects. A recent scheduling conflict involving a League One match against Leyton Orient has sparked outrage among fans. The game was postponed and rescheduled for a midweek date, making it nearly impossible for many supporters to attend. While the decision wasn't directly made by Ryan and co-owner Rob McElhenney, fans are blaming them, accusing the duo of prioritizing their growing U.S. audience over loyal Wrexham supporters. To add fuel to the fire, Whitecaps fans aren't thrilled about Ryan potentially splitting his focus between multiple teams. It's a lose-lose situation for the Deadpool star. As the drama unfolds, it's clear that Blake, Ryan, and Justin are all facing serious reputational fallout. Fans are divided, insiders are leaking more details every day, and social media is buzzing with speculation about what's really going on behind closed doors. Will Blake and Ryan be able to clear their names? Will Justin's lawsuits vindicate him? And how will Taylor Swift navigate her own role in this ever-evolving saga?
Yes, this is exactly what I want, a puppy to kick in the mouth. And you'll do what I say. So I'm going to show you these exchanges. This is Ryan Reynolds.
This story is like a runaway train, and there's no stopping it. If you thought things couldn't get more tangled, buckle up for a wild ride. The spotlight now shifts to the deeper layers of this Hollywood scandal, from Ryan Reynolds' surprising involvement in Blake Lively's creative decisions to Taylor Swift's alleged fallout with Blake. The ripple effects of this drama are hitting everyone involved, and the chaos just keeps piling on.
Got some major scoops. I mean, everybody's talking because the sink is shipping and people want to get onto lifeboats. So let's jump right in. Welcome back to Canada.
Let's start with Ryan Reynolds, who's usually the guy everyone loves, but in this saga, his role is raising serious eyebrows. Ryan has always been Blake's #1 supporter, but insiders now claim his involvement in It Ends With Us may have crossed a line. Remember that rooftop scene Blake reportedly rewrote to the point where it practically became a different movie? Turns out, Ryan didn't just offer advice from the sidelines, he allegedly dove in headfirst, helping Blake rework entire sections of the script. Whispers from the set say this wasn't a one-off favor. Ryan was actively giving notes, suggesting changes, and even rewriting dialogue in some instances. One cast member reportedly said it felt like Ryan was a shadow director without the title. The rules just didn't seem to apply to them. Hollywood is no stranger to power couples throwing their weight around, but this was next-level stuff. By stepping into the creative process, Ryan not only blurred the lines but also fueled the fire between Blake and Justin. Justin's camp claims Ryan's involvement was part of a calculated effort to undermine his authority as the director. Sources close to Justin say he felt outnumbered and overpowered, especially when Blake started dropping big names like Taylor Swift to back up her creative decisions. Speaking of Taylor, her name comes up a lot in this saga, but let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet.
And I think it's more likely that what she's doing here is trying to stay out of it. This is the Taylor Swift movement. This is likely a legal strategy. I don't want to be involved in this case.
The tension on set reportedly reached its peak during a key moment when Blake and Ryan invited Justin to their Manhattan penthouse for what was supposed to be a casual brainstorming session. Sounds innocent, right? Think again. According to leaked text messages, this meeting wasn't about collaboration, it was a strategic power play. One insider claims Blake and Ryan used the opportunity to pressure Justin into keeping her rewritten rooftop scene in the final cut. They even allegedly enlisted Taylor Swift, who just happened to be there, to praise Blake's version of the scene. The goal? To make Justin feel like he had no choice but to agree. After all, who's going to argue with Taylor Swift when she's standing right there calling the scene brilliant? Talk about stacking the deck, but here's where it gets really ironic. While Blake was busy name-dropping Taylor as one of her dragons always backing her up, cracks in their friendship were already starting to show. Rumors are swirling that Taylor isn't thrilled about being dragged into this mess. Some sources claim Taylor was blindsided by Blake's constant mentions of her in connection to the film's drama. One insider even suggested that Taylor only found out about her so-called involvement when the media began reporting on it. And then there's the Super Bowl snub, years of Blake being a VIP guest in Taylor's inner circle, cheering on the Kansas City Chiefs from the same suite. But this year? No invite. Coincidence doubtful.
Impossible. She's already been named, not as a defendant or as a plaintiff, but rather just named in the evidence of Justin Baldoni showing the picture of how things were, how the movie came about. And so
those close to Taylor Swift say the pop icon is now stepping back from the entire situation. She doesn't want her name tied to Blake's legal battles, especially as it starts to look like things may not go Blake's way. Can you blame her? Taylor's brand is built on empowerment and authenticity, and getting entangled in this scandal could do more harm than good. There's even speculation that Taylor might publicly distance herself from Blake if the drama escalates further. And don't forget the rumors about Blake allegedly using Taylor's name in ways that weren't entirely truthful, like telling a young actress that Taylor personally recommended her for a role, something insiders say never happened. Yikes.
It's just this weird thing that women do. I don't know why, but we lie to each other on the internet. I see it all the time. I want to call it out. I want to be like the internet police and be like, that's not true. Stop supporting your friends when they're doing bad or harmful things.
Ryan Reynolds' drama isn't just confined to the film set. His potential deal to invest in the Vancouver Whitecaps is causing waves in both MLS and among Wrexham fans. The Whitecaps are Ryan's hometown team, and getting involved with them would be a full-circle moment for him. But here's the problem: Wrexham supporters are already feeling betrayed by his rumored shift in focus. They've seen firsthand how much Ryan's involvement can boost a team's fortunes, and they're not thrilled about the idea of sharing him with another club. Some fans are even accusing Ryan of using Wrexham as a stepping stone to bigger opportunities in MLS. The timing couldn't be worse, especially with Wrexham fighting for another promotion. Uncertainty about leadership is the last thing the club needs right now, but it's not just Wrexham fans who are upset. Whitecap supporters are also skeptical about Ryan's potential involvement. While his track record with Wrexham is impressive, there's a lingering question of whether he can replicate that success in MLS. After all, the stakes are much higher, and the challenges are entirely different. And let's not forget the recent scheduling conflict with Wrexham. When the club's League One match against Leyton Orient was rescheduled, some fans blamed Ryan and co-owner Rob McElhenney, accusing them of prioritizing their growing U.S. audience over loyal supporters. Even though the decision wasn't directly theirs, the backlash was swift and brutal. Fans called it disgusting and accused the EFL of favoring Wrexham to boost its Hollywood appeal.
Justin won't be bullied by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, so his lawyer told us that their recent court filings show how scared.
As the dust continues to settle, or, more accurately, as more dust gets kicked up, one thing is becoming clear: this scandal isn't just about Blake and Justin anymore. It's become a domino effect, with repercussions reaching everyone in their orbit. Ryan's reputation as the lovable, down-to-earth guy is taking a hit, while Taylor Swift, usually untouchable, is now caught in the crossfire. Justin Baldoni, once known for his heartfelt projects and positive messaging, is now fighting to salvage his career and reputation. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the drama couldn't be messier, so where does this leave Blake? Reports say she's gearing up for what could be the legal battle of the decade. Her team is pulling out all the stops, subpoenaing phone records, internet data, and anything else that might help prove her case against Justin. But Justin's team isn't backing down either, calling her subpoena a massive fishing expedition and doubling down on their claim that her accusations are baseless. Both sides are digging in their heels, and the courtroom showdown promises to be nothing short of explosive.
But yeah, it's just getting super nasty, and it seems like he's not cowering to this attempted gag order.
Yeah, I don't really understand Blake Lively's point.
Here's the million-dollar question: can anyone come out of this unscathed? Blake's public image as America's sweetheart has already taken a hit. Justin's career is hanging by a thread, with insiders calling him radioactive. Ryan's future with Wrexham and the Whitecaps is growing more uncertain by the day. Even Taylor, who's tried to stay above the fray, might find herself dragged deeper into the drama if things escalate. It's like a real-life soap opera, and just when you think it can't get any crazier, a new twist emerges. So, what do you think? Will Blake and Ryan manage to clear their names and rebuild their reputations? Can Justin prove his innocence and regain his footing in Hollywood? And how will Taylor navigate this minefield without tarnishing her own brand? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity news and analysis.